I'm waiting for Keanu. All I'm doing is waiting for Keanu because I can start.
What are you waiting for Keanu for? Keanu never does anything. You just walk right out of the thing.
Isn't that exciting? Okay, we're gonna do it. Whee! 1, 2, and bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Keanu Thompson. Keanu!
The host, a stand-up comic, is wearing glittery devil horns.
One is just so untoward.
That's hard to do. Create the energy. My dancing. Harry. Oh, Chloe. I love it. I can't get enough. We can't, Michaeline. Look.
Just waiting for this vodka to kick in.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you feel me? Welcome. It's a late night Kiki live stream. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me now if you can see and hear me, or else I'll start screaming. Okay, I think you can. Hello. Is this mood lighting? Look at this. Ooh, late night. Very sexual, very sexual. Seen, heard, felt. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I thought I'd do this. In lieu of normally Michaeline and I try and do a pre-record on Monday evenings for Keanu Cast. And again, if you're not liking, subscribing to, and downloading Keanu Cast wherever you find your podcasts, I don't know what you're doing with your life, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be indeed ashamed. So just do it. But Michaeline needed a night off, so we will be pre-recording within the next coming days. So I thought, you know what? There have been, it's like Howard used to do. I'm cleaning out the computer of things. There've been many things I've wanted to get to. Obviously, we got to talk about Russell Brand again. Courtney and I discussed it on our last Dress to Impress stream, but new things have come out, and I have been diligently watching many other streamers' aspects on it, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, oh chap. That's me being Russell Brand. No. As far as I'm concerned, fuck that guy. But we're going to get into it. Also, I can have anyone as a guest, as you know. You tell me who you want to be the guest, and I can be that guest. So I have a very special guest having to do with a story about a bald man being viciously attacked by a hawk. Also, I know nothing about tariffs until I do. I couldn't have told you what a tariff was, but now it's coming in between me and my fast fashion. And I won't abide by it. So everybody buckle the fuck in, hit the like button, and welcome to Keanu Live. It's Keanu Live. Grab your White Claw or whatever your oral fixation, and your cigarette or your toothpick or whatever your oral fixation is, and buckle the fuck in, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Right. Whee! We can't get enough. We can't. Is it too moody of lighting? I know fucking glasses. I want to fucking carry your fucking glasses. I don't mind my glasses, except they fall off my face. I've strapped them to my head at this point. And of course I missed my goddamn, I didn't miss it. I just said, let me reschedule it. Because you know what? It's the boy run Dr. Media. My contact fucking prescription has run out. So now I need them to go and poke around my eyes again and go better or worse, better or worse for 15 minutes. And then I won't let them dilate my eyes because that's how Michaeline taught me. So that I can get new fucking contact lenses. And I cannot work under these conditions. Yes, I am Italian, Colton. Colton is on my list of names of people that will, I have a joke about it. There's names of like people that will like fuck you over, cheat on you. Colton is actually one of them. It's a sexy boy name, but never trust a Colton or a Dalton or a Trevor. But we love you, Colton. We love all of you here. We love all of you. 1 million Kiki bucks. You know what? 1,000,001 Kiki bucks for everyone here right now. Especially you, Colton. And 85 Kiki coins.
Wow.
Yay! Woohoo! I know you're a good person, Colton, but Colton is one of those names. It's one of those names. That Colton, he's a fox and he's gonna fuck you over. Nobody ever says like, it's like nobody's ever surprised. It's like Colton cheated on me. Well, of course, Colton cheated on you. I'm not saying that about you, Colton. This Colton, but it is one of those names. Colton, Dalton, Trevor, Chase. These are the fuckboy names. Absolutely. Not saying you are Colton. Not all Coltons are made equal. Push-ups, thank you for the $2. Yay! Rare Monday stream. Whee! Thank you, push-ups. 1 trillion Kiki bucks for you. You know what? Fuck it. You can have a Kiki bond as well. I'm so Courtney. I'm still watching the Taylor show. I can never pronounce this. Schabusiness video. Honestly, the fact that you broke the news. If you guys aren't subscribed to Courtney Brooke, by the way, I don't know what you're doing with your lives, and you should be ashamed. The fact that you figured out that she said WrestleMania, unbelievable. It's quite a wild tale. Quite a wild tale indeed. Oh my God. WrestleMania! Yes, you had to slow it down. Like, honestly, Courtney, like that, we figured it out. She was like, I'm burning the fucking world down. Or you, yeah. Did I say we? You figured it out. Something to definitely watch the lore of that woman. My God. WrestleMania! It reminds me of what I thought it was, is like, I wonder if I could even find it. You're all probably here straight off of Courtney's stream, so you don't need to see the video unless you do. Colton, I turn to you. Have you seen it? Or else I would show you. But I love Rosemary's Baby too. I love that movie. Yes. La 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 dun 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 dun. I can send you the link. Oh, I have the link even. All right. Let's watch it. Now let's watch it real fast. Just because this is a woman who was charged with during I don't know if it was during coitus or post coitus. She strangled her lover, and she seems to be a lunatic, and she's just like, burn it all the fuck down. Burn it down. Just burn it down. And then she attacked. So this lady came up. Do the deep bing bing. Let's see. And then I guess I know you probably all have seen this before. Her name is Taylor Schabusiness. Here we go. And here she is attacking her own lawyer. And I know you all watch this. And if you aren't subscribed to Courtney Brooke, subscribe. We figured out, or we now know what she said when she attacked said lawyer because Courtney slowed it down and figured it out for us. So here we go. Go.
Sure. And Judge, it sounds like just one witness. We're asking for sequestration, but that makes.
Here she goes. Here she goes.
All right.
Oh, the eyes. The eyes. Oh, boy. Something is in the air. Something bad's about to happen. Something bad's about to happen.
Right.
And you know what? I have to say, Courtney, now that we know, look at them. I mean, my God, they got her. You can totally tell now in fast real time. WrestleMania! She's like, fuck it, whatever. She's obviously like, can you still plead insanity? Because this is what this is. And then the lawyer, of course, how can you not just laugh? He's like, just another day at the office. He went, what can you do, man? It's a real shitty being a lawyer. Like, my God. And like the swarm of people on top of her, Jesus Christ. They got it. They did it. They sure did it. Lord. It's so funny every time. I mean, we can't get enough. We can't get enough. We can't. WrestleMania. I mean, at that point, why wouldn't you just act like a lunatic? Oh no, why would you? You would have to be a lunatic to act like such a lunatic. WrestleMania. It's crazy. It's crazy. To be a public defender, my God, can you imagine? Or any defender. Poor Kim Kardashian, am I right? The deputy was waiting on that. They knew she was going to do something. Yeah, definitely. I think I said this when Courtney and I were playing DTI when we played that the last time. It was like, had the Secret Service been like on top of Trump, like at that speed when the bullet went through his ear, like maybe he wouldn't have had a bullet through his ear. I mean, he ducked himself. Like the rate of response from those people. What were there? 6 of them? Crazy. I like that she just proclaimed WrestleMania. It did remind me. It's like 6 Semper Tyrannis, but no, it was WrestleMania. Either way, lock her. I don't care what she did. Lock her up and throw away the key. That woman doesn't need to be in society at all anymore. Right, Eugene?
Yeah, baby.
What are you doing?
Checking some emails. Nothing good.
Some good emails?
Sometimes I do want it.
I'm going to talk about Russell Brand now.
Oh, shit. Sorry, baby.
And then I have the most interesting story. A hawk viciously attacked a black. Oh my God. Why? What? Bald bees. A hawk viciously attacked a poor bald man. Not black man. He was white. But either way, this hawk, it's probably the funniest video I've ever seen in my life. Push-ups, thank you for the $5. Hot take, this tariff crap is creating, okay, we'll start with that since we're here. Hot take, this tariff crap is creating a climate of uncertainty that will deter spending and shrink the economy. Trump should have done it. I'm sorry, I've never seen that word before. Piecemeal? Piecemeal. Eugene, do you know that? Do you know this word? Piecemeal. 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 What does it mean?
Like one piece at a time.
Oh, piecemeal. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Push-Ups. He should have done it piecemeal. And I will tell you why. Because if this comes in the way of me and my crop tops, and listen, again, you know I'm not political. All of you know I am not political whatsoever. I just take every situation one-on-one. However, I cannot abide by this. The tariffs are putting, if my fast fashion, these very, the crop tops and the pants and the bathing suits and the fast cheap clothes from China, if he's going to put the tariffs on them, apparently all that's going to go up. And they're not made great. They're not meant to last. I'm terrified of this. I'm terrified. He means a piece at a time. Yeah, thank you. Piecemeal. I just never heard the word before. That's embarrassing. Stupid, stupid, stupid. My God. Learn to knit. I know how to knit. Knit one, purl two. Bitch, okay? It sounded out. I mean, I could realize that it was piecemeal. I just never heard the word before. Oh my God. Listen, what? McDonald's Happy Meal. I've never heard that word in my life. This is going to be so embarrassing. The racist bird. Wait till you see that bird. No, it was a bald man, not a black man. I said black for an accident. Start your own crop top line. I know, but I'll knit all of my own crop tops now and sell them to the masses. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Now, listen, I don't get political over here. Well, sometimes we do, but I do not assign myself to either party, right? We just look at something and we take it as we go. But when you tariff my fast fashions, it's really hard for me. And I know the problem with fast fashion is that it's all of the crop tops we're throwing away end up in the ocean somewhere. And that is a cross I have to bear. But I listen, and I like New York Post. Obviously, I like New York Post. I've been in it 3 times. But the way that they framed this, the way that New York Post has reframed this, don't worry about Trump's tariffs on your fast fashions from Shein and, all of the other fast fashion websites. All of our shitty, cheap crop tops and pants and things and bathing suits that, yeah, of course they're all made in China. But look how fucking New York Post reframed this. They said how Trump's tariffs could finally help Americans win their war on clutter. Because we can't buy them anymore, because they're so inexpensive. And now, okay, great. No more clutter. But what if we... This is ridiculous. How Trump's tariffs could finally help Americans win their war on clutter. What a reframing of it. It's like, yes, all of the clothes that you rely so heavily on to come fast and all of the crop tops and all of the things, you need something in a pinch. You type into Shein, I need a feather boa pantsuit in pink. It's there, and it will come to you in 2 seconds, and it will be $7. Not now. Now it'll be $80 because of the tariffs. It's not tariffs, it's terrorism. What's the definition of a tariff? Let me look that up really fast. It's history class over here. Definition. I remember hearing it in history class. I was great in history. A tariff is a tax or duty imposed by a government on imports or exceptionally exports of goods designed to influence trade policies, protect local industries, or generate revenue. Okay. So we're going to put big tariffs on the fast fashions. We can't all afford what Melania wears. I certainly can't. I rely on Shein. And I did take a look, and things haven't gone up yet as far as I can see, but it's going to kill me. But I do love New York Post's reframing of this. They're like, don't worry, you just won't be so cluttered anymore. I gotta love the New York Post here. Put down the credit card. President Trump's sweeping tariffs on nearly all imports officially went into effect this weekend, with even steeper levies coming later this week. Prices on cheap products manufactured in China and Vietnam are sure to go up as a result, experts say. Oh, God, the humanity. No, if I can't buy a crop top for $2.99 from China, then I don't want to live anymore. Just teasing, obviously. Come on. But the silver lining, this is my favorite thing on the earth. Here's the silver lining, New York Post says. The silver lining is that Americans could finally start to win the war on clutter. What a fun reframing that is. And rein in impulsive, they always have typos. Impulsive spending habits. Great. Look at this picture of this sad. No, this is what they're going to have to do. They're like, we can't even buy furniture. We have to have all of our plants on boxes because we can't even afford a Temu coffee table anymore. That's what that looks like to me. Oh, God. Look at them. See? Why tariff the cheap, fun clothes? I wish, you know what, for the environment, actually. Oh, God, you're going to hate this. For the environment, because I know half that shit ends up in the ocean. I wish it were framed like that. God, it's not even. It's like, well, ooh, it's the art of tidying up. You just won't be able to afford the fast fashions anymore. Bullshit. They're sweeping the fast fashions. 74% of Americans say they overspend, and 55% admitted to being reckless spenders, according to a Clever real estate survey. Okay. Thanks to cheap imports, online shopping, and speedy deliveries, nowadays is easier than ever to buy things just for the sake of it. Yes, of course. But it's dopamine to just be like, oh, you know what? Oh my God, that pair of shitty jeans is $8. Why can't we have that? Why can't we have that? I don't understand it. Can't afford food? It's funny. Can't afford food? At least your refrigerator will be easier to clean now that there's nothing in it. Exactly. I can't afford my fast fashions. Well, there's a potato sack over there that you could probably wear. This is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous article I've ever read in my life. And I love New York Post. They're like, here's the upside. You'll be able to declutter. Fuck you. Declutter. Ugh. Look, American Apparel. Used to love that store. It was expensive as shit because everything was made in America. And it went bankrupt and closed. It was all just basics. You can unplug that, baby.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the tariffs?
We talked about them on our show today. I was right.
But what about my fast fashions?
Your what?
Fast fashions.
I didn't know they applied to the tariffs.
No. New York Post is saying, yes, Shein, everything's going to go up. And now we won't be able to afford the fast fashions.
What's going to go up?
All of the clothes that I buy from China.
Actually, probably not, because China's going to end up dropping the tariffs, and that's why he's doing it. But they say that.
Not according to New York Post.
What, really?
New York Post says it's going to affect all of the fast fashions. But the good news, according to New York Post, is that we can declutter our homes.
That's good. Didn't you say they throw them all in a river anyway?
I don't like that. Everything from Shein ends up in a goddamn ocean. That's not good. It's because we have too much. So yes, there's right. But I want to choose. I have autonomy over what I buy, and I don't, throw it all away. Let's see. Thanks to cheap imports, online shopping, and speedy deliveries, nowadays it's easier than ever to buy things just for the sake of it. A clever real estate survey said that 74% of Americans say they overspend, and 55% admitted to being reckless spenders. As a result, the result is that Americans have a lot of crap lying around. Okay, yeah, so that's not why Trump's putting the tariffs on. I'm not a hoarder. In fact, I'm a clothes hoarder, maybe. Other than that, I don't have Hummel figurines or like just shit lying around. Last year, the average family bought 5.7 times more flatware and dishes. This cracks me up. 2.5 times more clothing and footwear, and 3.5 times more furniture than it did 10 years ago, according to the Commerce Department data. Yeah, okay, I get it. Because you see these things on, fucking these websites, even Amazon. And I guess stuff is being made in China that's on Amazon, right? And you're like, I could use those adorable clay dishes. I get it. Everything is going to be more expensive. It's bullshit. Right. Exactly. Okay. Thank you for the $2. Rob Saul tried to call you on air. Answer. Number one, no. No. How about no, Scott? Rob. Number two, I don't have a missed call. He's a loser and a weirdo. And I'm out of the Rob Saul business. We were trying to be nice to him, but he can suck my dick. So maybe we'll snipe him later. The drunk, pill-addled, limp-dicked loser. Anyway, not answering. I don't care that he is. It's upsetting for him that he lives the life that he leads. He's dead to me. Bye, Rob. Bye, Rob. Anyway. La 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 la. Yeah, all right. So what? I got some, you get some cute dishes or flatware or a few crop tops just to make the dopamine go up in your brain. It's been a few hard years. We went through a weird plandemic, however you want to put it, God damn it. Trump with these tariffs. What's the word? Push-ups? Piecemeal. He should have piecemealed it. What are we going to do to make ourselves happy? This huge surge in the amount of stuff that people have is already coming back to haunt many families. Okay, New York Post, you put a big twist on this, especially when they try to downsize their homes or when elderly loved ones die. New York Post, this is a fucking ridiculous article, and I love New York Post, for Christ's sake. They're like, well, wait, here's the bright side of all these tariffs. When your elderly loved ones die, you'll have less shit to get rid of. That's the upside to the tariffs. What if I just want a new, I don't know, footstool or a beanbag chair or 8 new crop tops for $10? The Wall Street Journal reports that downsizing a home, I don't know who wrote this. I need to look up this person because this is the biggest fucking like cope I've ever heard in my life. The Wall Street Journal reports that downsizing a home takes almost double the time it took 10 years ago, according to the National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers. Okay, there is a National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers. Is that a government? We have a what is it? It's called, what's the acronym? NASSMM. NASM. So NASM, there's an association for this. God, every day something else. Are you telling us that the National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers, that is so specific. Is that government run? Fucking get that out. Fuck the tariffs. Just fucking abolish the National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers. What the fuck is that? That makes absolutely no sense. Anyway. The National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers, otherwise known as NASM, because of all the unnecessary things Americans keep buying and tossing to the side. Keep tossing to the side. Okay. It'll take no, I read it wrong. I read it to you in the wrong way because I started it earlier. The Wall Street Journal reports that downsizing a home takes almost double the time because of all of the unnecessary things Americans keep buying and tossing to the side. Okay, right. And then they end up in the ocean. That I don't like. But come on. Tariff. Trump, the tariff monger. In one estate sale detailed by the Journal, the homeowners had 11 This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous way to be like, the tariffs are great, guys. Look how terrible this home was. In one estate sale detailed by the Journal, the homeowners had 11 hammers because it was easier just to buy a cheap new one than find the ones lost under clutter. Okay, good. So the tariffs will help that in the future. Much easier. This is like what hoarders do, right? Nobody has 11 hammers. Well, just better buy a new one. So I don't know, who's buying hammers on Shein? That's ridiculous. We're battling a tsunami of stuff, and the stuff is winning. Julie Hall, the head of the estate liquidation company, and the estate lady told the newspaper. Okay. However, all of this might soon come to an end with panicked Americans fearful of what the tariffs will do to sticker prices, forcing them to cut back on unnecessary buying and consuming, the Journal suggested. Okay. All right, great. So what are you telling me? Trump's in office, eggs are going to be cheaper.
All of groceries are going to be cheaper.
All of groceries are going to be cheaper. Okay. But our fun, fast fashions and hammers are going to be more expensive. That's upsetting. It really is upsetting. The shit that we get in China, they're going to fucking like hike up the prices. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, talk about like this article. It's like, well, thank you. I don't think Trump imposed the tariffs so that we would declutter our homes. That's not what he did it for.
He did it to declutter our fucking financial system.
He did it to that's Eugene.
The stock market.
Declutter the stock market. Okay. Well, when I can't afford crop tops anymore, then
You don't need any more.
no one should be able to tell me how much I want to clutter my closet. And that's that. I just like the spin. It's just a joke, Eugene. I just like the spin New York Post put on the tariffs. Here's the good news. We'll be able to declutter our lives. Am I right? Am I right? Good. Eggs are going to be $5 and crop tops are going to be $80. Wonderful. Thank you. Kiki, you look great for being in early 50s. Being in your early 50s, you go, gal. I'm 32. That's just rude. Intimidating black dude riding the bus with Rob Salt. My God, you people, you just won't stop. Rob wants to bury the hatchet. Send link. Fuck no. He can send me a message apologizing for being a pill popping fucking silly asshole loser. And then maybe I'll change my mind. I'm very forgiving, but he can, for now, suck my dick. You know? Right? No Kiki bucks for Rob. Bing, bing, bing. And what's sad about Rob is, yeah, we were the only people that were fucking maybe ever nice to him. Very sad indeed. I still have my stuff from the 90s. Hi, Araya. The butt rug babies are here. I know yeah, clothes are the only things I hoard. I still have shit from high school I still wear. I just will hate if the fast fashions go away. That's all. That's all Trumpy. But New York Post says it'll help us declutter our homes. Thank you. What are we gonna do? You're playing the rain on our TV, you know. That's okay. Honestly, the company urged us to tell customers it's best to buy before the 10% tariffs kick in, said Xavier Poindexter. What a name. The sales associate for the Flushing PC Richards & Son electronics appliance store. Some overindulgent parents are also trying to buy extravagant things for their children where they can. Oh, well, that's sad. Well, hopefully it'll all work itself out. As a non-political human being, this would probably be the first thing I suppose that would affect me, that I've noticed about Trump's presidency. But that's just me, one singular person. But I don't, I do not disparage people that feel affected by it already or are scared of the effects of Trump or anything. But I'm just talking about me. And please, Trump, our fast fashions. If anything, you know what? They should have spun it as like Trump wants to clean up the environment. He's going to put tariffs and all this cheap shit so that it doesn't end up in the ocean. Might be something the left could stand behind, actually. Am I right? So I checked Shein today. Shein is, you type in, you want I would like a dress that includes a tiara and is in elephant print and comes with shackles. Shein is like, here, you'll have it in 2 seconds. I don't know why anyone would need that, but I did check and it does not seem that anything has gone up because I looked, I just went like, let's look at crop tops. Still all looks pretty cheap to me. So I'm not seeing the effects yet. Just want to show you quickly. Look, here's 3 for $15. This is only $2.95. Doesn't look, yeah. Oh, I want that one. What's that? something. I don't know, but it's only $4.55 still. I have that. $4.79. I have this one too. God, I have a problem. I have a real problem. So, as far as I can tell so far, the tariffs have not affected our lives. There's 3 of these. It's only $6. Yeah. You know what? Maybe it will declutter our lives. That's cool. Fast fashion, ladies and gentlemen. Everything still seems above board and in order there on the fast fashion website I use the most. Chris Abels, thank you for the $2. Forgive and forget. Send Rob link. He can suck my dick. No, he should apologize. He can send me a message of apology. Thank you. But thank you for the super chat. Keep them coming. Yeah, send me enough super chats and maybe I will. Can we tariff Rob Sauls? That would be fun. Oy, 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 ladies and gentlemen. So that was the tariffs. And also, look what we learned today as well. We're not ending, but you know what I do love that we learned? Piecemeal. Thank you, push-ups. I have never in my life heard that phrase ever before. But now I'm going to use it all the time. $1 million Kiki bucks for everyone here. Ooh! And a tax on tariffs. A Kiki tax on the tariffs. How dare you! Ooh! All right, I wanted to talk about Russell Brand. I wanted to talk about Russell Brand. We're cleaning out the computer here, but this is a news story. I need a key. You're right, Araya. Oh my fucking God. I need it. Stupid. I need a Kiki tariff. Oh my God. I'm writing it down. Make a Kiki tariff. But again, like I said, I just lamented on that for upwards of 40 minutes. And everything on Shein still seems like it's completely and utterly cheap. So that's great. Make it a Kiki tariff, make it a piecemeal. I've never heard that in my life. I know the word piece and I know the word meal. I've just never seen them put together. Yes, should have made it a piecemeal. That's right. That's right. Trumpy. All right, what is Rob doing? What? He's just sitting here watching me and with his little fucking limp dick. I mean, what do you want me to do? No, he needs to apologize. It's enough. It's enough. We're going to carry on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My pickup line is, "Are you vaccinated?" Is it? Hi, Jim DTX. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. You must be joking. Really? Russell Brand is not funny. Yes. Obsessed fucking loser. Yes, he is. I know. Okay, this Russell Brand thing has got me all in a tizzy, all right? And I've seen some people talking about him, and I've seen him talking about himself. If you don't know already, Russell Brand has been charged across the ocean with Russell Brand charged with grape, as the YouTubers say, and that the R word and SA, right? So here's the long and short of it for now. Blah, blah, blah. We'll get through this. Everybody knows this by now. Russell Brand charged with rape and sexual assault. There he is. Hello, mate. Oh, is it all right if I have sexual relations with you? No? Well, do anyway. No. Just teasing. Just teasing. It's all alleged. But listen, if anybody, listen, Russell Brand has been charged with rape, indecent assault, and SA between 1999 and 2005. Yes. And that is very long ago, ladies and gentlemen. That is very long ago. But we live in a world where, yeah, it's hard for people to come out about things. So that's just my personal view on it. The charges relate to 4 separate women. 4 separate women now. Okay. Brand has been interviewed multiple times by police since an investigation by the Sunday Times. The Times and Channel 4's dispatches in September 2023 revealed multiple serious allegations against him. In a new video posted on X this afternoon, this is a couple days ago, Brand said, "What I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity." Okay. Maybe you thought that you didn't because you were high and an asshole or drunk or whatever. As you say, you were a degenerate and a hedonist and all that stuff. So, but 4 ladies, in my opinion, my lowly opinion, don't just all of a sudden be like, well, what come back a case against him? No, it's like, all right. And also I have, we're going to get to the texts with the women, which is very exciting. Very exciting. Okay. In a short statement to the Metropolitan Police, said it had written to Brand to inform him that he was being charged with one allegation of indecent assault, one of oral and 2 further counts of SA. Okay, wow, that's a lot of counts. A lot of counts. Even if it was a long time ago, sticks with you, Russell. Probably. I'm just saying, allegedly. In 1999, a woman was in the Bournemouth area. In 2001, a woman was indecently assaulted in the Westminster area of London. In 2004, a woman was orally and SA'd in the Westminster area of London. Between 2004 and 2005, a woman was essayed in the Westminster area of London. Brand has been told to appear at the Westminster Magistrates Court on the 2nd of May, but he is believed to be in the United States. In these situations where a suspect may be overseas, prosecutors seek to agree the defendant's return. If there is no cooperation from the suspect, authorities then consider seeking extradition. Blah, 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 blah. You all know all of this. Yeah. So you all know all this. We basically, there you go. That's the long and short of his charges. Very exciting. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. I think Courtney put it really well too. Like, we talked about this the other day. He is like outward about, I was a degenerate. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I engaged in raucous sex and, partying and drugs and alcohol and the jazz life, as they say. So maybe you don't remember doing these things, but I don't just see 4 women being like, hey, like all separately. They're like, no, fucker, you did do this. And then maybe, just maybe, when, he could be being protected by like higher powered people in the, like, oh, well, we don't want to touch Russell Brand. He was in Get Me to the Greek, I mean, this shit happens. It does happen. So And didn't get to the point, did he do it or did he not do it? He 100%, in my opinion, Eric, oh my God, he did do all of that. 100%. Are you kidding me? And you know what else you do? You want to know what else you do? And we're going to play his like little video of describing this. This is what you do when you know maybe allegations are going to come out against you. You find the Lord. Oh, well, no, bless you, Christ. You find the Lord, you repent, and I am not that way anymore. But it's not to say that you still didn't do that shit. Crazy. Chris Subdivisions, Baldasana. Where have you two crazy kids been? I miss you. I owe Uncle Gino money. I don't know about that. I miss you. I owe Uncle Gino money. I don't know about that. Wait, maybe he owes me money. That son of a bitch. Hashtag love and hugs. We love you, Chris. 1,000,000 trillion kiki bucks for you, Chris Baldasano. He stroked the furry walls with Diddy. Okay, there you go, Eric. Right. If that tells you anything. He was in a movie with Diddy. Isn't that get him to the Greek? I mean, if anybody, there's fucking 4 allegations. I don't care how long ago it happened. It's nuts. So let's watch his thing from today. We'll go ahead. Everybody has probably seen his like little response on Twitter, right? Let's watch his, well, maybe if you haven't, I guess I could go back to that. Here, watch this. Let's watch him. Twitter, Russell Brand. It's just unbelievable to me. And anybody that like, you can shit on me all you want. People, they see what they want to see. If you want to say that like, it's because he came out as a conservative and now this is happening. No, just look what's going on here. And another point to that is how brilliant, he seems to be a smart man. How brilliant of him would it be if he knew things were coming out about him to find the Lord and be a conservative and like, well, and like repent for his hedonism. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what he says here. Here he is. Oh, Russell. Oh, my goodness. Blimey. Cheerio.
These incredible. Hello. Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages of support.
We're
very fortunate in a way to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate level.
First of all, sus. He's not getting to the point. He's going, here, let me build this up. Look, the law's being used to, make people used against, innocent people and blah, 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 blah. Like, just explain what you're being accused of. It should be a very clear answer. It's a very simple question. Did you do it or did you not? But he's trying to dazzle us with the government. You're not even from America, man.
Levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to those of you that are watching this in the UK. How do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted? How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled?
This is supposed to be your response to the allegations, Straw Hat. Also, might I say, what a ridiculous outfit to respond to, fucking essay and like rape allegations in. Like, you just don't care. You don't care, you fucking clown, allegedly.
How do you feel about the government of Keir Starmer? Now, that's just sort of general context. Me, I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, who were just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before
Eric,
I lived in the light.
Translation: there are other crimes more important to focus on, to focus on than focusing on me. 100%. It's like he is more than halfway through this response video to the allegations that came out from 4 women. But I asked the people of England, how do you feel about your government right now? Like, let me just like, woo, 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 look at this over here. And then now he's gonna say, what? Yeah, I was a hedonist and I made some mistakes. I did all this stuff, but I never raped anybody. Fuck you. 4 women. It was all consensual. How about the fucking text of you apologizing, Russell? Again, Russell, America, England, the world, this is not political. This guy may not be now, but he may have been a fucking asshole and made some serious mistakes with women. It's not political. It's a bipartisan issue. Why would he make it political? Weird.
The Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile in the light of the Lord.
Okay.
I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord.
Again, like I said, when maybe you know some shit's coming out about you, might be years or whatever. I've done all this bullshit, all this craziness while I was on drugs, while I was, drinking, while I was in the height of fame or whatever. What do? If you know some shit might come out about you, you find the Lord. You repent. You quit drinking and, maybe that'll hide my, the shithole mistakes I've made in the past.
I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was.
Drug addict, sex addict, and imbecile. Maybe you're not an inherent violent essayer or, something like that. But maybe you made some mistakes whilst you were a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. Admittedly high out of your mind and fucking drunk out of your mind. Russell, God, your lawyers must just be like, why the fuck would you post this? Are you insane? Oh my God. Push-ups, thank you for the $2. Andrew Tate pulls the same trick. It's the Matrix. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Push-ups. $1 million for you. Right. Oh, look over here. Look, I found the Lord. You maybe know some shit's coming out about you because Russell, I'm sorry, what? What sense does that make? 1 million Kiki bucks for Push-ups and everyone here right now. And 80 Kiki coins.
Wow.
And a Kiki tax for you, Russell, in my opinion. How dare you? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Depp 2.0 starring Russell Brand. All right, see, look at that. I think this is really different from that. These are just women that, like, in his like awful state of debauchery, he admitted. There's 4 of them. Johnny and Amber were in a tumultuous relationship, and it was all about that. So I think it's definitely different. Also, you know what Johnny did that's not sus? Johnny didn't go, "Hey, I found the Lord." Johnny Depp didn't say, "Hey, you know what? I've found Christ. I've quit drinking. I've done all this stuff." He's like, "Hey, whatever. Yeah." I don't think so. Maybe Johnny didn't have anything to hide. I think Russell here trying to hide behind Jesus. And I don't think Jesus would like that. Thank you. Yeah, Johnny Depp admitted to his wrongdoings and never hid behind religion. No, never. Ever. He it's ridiculous. He did. He went, yeah, I was drunk. I fucking we yelled and screamed at each other. But what she's saying is okay, it's a gross exaggeration of what happened. And I have been one to defend Amber Heard a little bit. Sorry, everyone, please. I'm sorry. But I do feel that it's a very hard thing to win against Johnny Depp. But he was nothing but honest in that case, which is why he was found not guilty of that. And I think that the both of them acted like assholes in that relationship, which is right. So push-ups, thank you for the $2. He's sus because he's sus, not because he has faith. No, exactly. It's not because he has faith. He's sus because there's many things about him. And I have to play the thing. There's many things. He's sus because
he's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
But he's sus because he's sus. The faith part of it is just in my brain, a piece of it. If I did all this terrible shit and this shit may be coming out about me, what will I do? I'll find the Lord, right? He may not even have that faith. I mean, what just changes a person to have it? It's just a maybe just food for thought there, right? And if he did find the Lord, good for him. But when you find the Lord, it doesn't mean that shit that you did to traumatize 4 women allegedly back in the day doesn't make that go away, does it? Does it, Russell? Yeah. Anyway, what else, Russell?
Was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consent in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing.
Is that what you're going to tell the fucking jury? I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes? In your weird hat? I don't know. I'm I have a hard time, guys, and this is my personal feeling on it. I am very perceptive of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Oy, 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 oy. Just my opinion. And I hate anybody that thinks that this is political. Okay, yes, we could all put on our tinfoil hats and think because he came out as he's on Rumble, he's a Republican or whatever. And that's great. That's wonderful. But this isn't just coming out because it's always a conspiracy. It's well, it's just because Trump's in office. Now they're coming after Russell Brand. Hey, listen, fucking what? I don't think anybody really cared that much about Russell Brand. Why would they try and take down Russell Brand? I'm going to show you a video of this My Popcorn Planet. He puts this perfectly. He's fucking there's a lot of conservative voices that people would go after way before Russell Brand if it were a conspiracy and they were just trying to frame someone. And he's in a stupid, silly hat. Right. I mean, come on. He probably made some fucking really fucked up bad mistakes when he was in his hedonistic days. And maybe he did find the Lord and conservatism and free speech and all of that. That's all fine, but it doesn't erase what you did allegedly to 4 fucking women. Okay, it just doesn't. Sorry, we're sorry. Sorry. He looks like Saddam. Exactly. So he looks like Jesus, or what he would have looked like. This is a bipartisan issue, Russell. Let's see.
Support. I want to let you know that our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there. And of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. Okay. In the meantime, you lot, stay free, and we will be continuing to discuss this matter. Praise the Lord.
Stay free and praise the Lord. There he goes. Oh my God. I have much more on this, much more dirt, much more juicy gossip that we're going to watch in just a minute. But I have to pee. And praise the Lord. That's my God-given right. I have to work on my Russell brand. Or else I would have made him a character to bring up today. But also, it wasn't really very... I thought, like, should I do a talking head as Russell Brand? I'm like, it's really not a very funny topic. And I didn't want to trigger anyone or seem untoward. So I didn't do it. But wait till we get to the bald eagle that attacked a bald man. That's going to be really fun. Playing a video while I pee. And I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, watch Miranda.
Where are the belts for this dress? Why is no one ready?
Here. It's a tough call. They're so different.
Something funny?
No, nothing's, it's just both those belts look exactly the same to me. I'm still learning about this stuff and,
This stuff? Oh, okay. I see. You think this has nothing to do with you. You go to your closet and you select, I don't know, that lumpy blue sweater, for instance, because you're trying to tell the world that you take yourself too seriously to care about what you put on your back. But what you don't know is that sweater is not just blue. It's not turquoise. It's not lapis. It's actually cerulean. And you're also blithely unaware of the fact that in 2002, Oscar de la Renta did a collection of cerulean gowns. And then I think it was Yves Saint Laurent, wasn't it, who showed cerulean military jackets? I think we need a jacket here. And then cerulean quickly showed up in the collections of 8 different designers. And then it filtered down through the department stores and then trickled on down into some tragic casual corner where you no doubt fished it out of some clearance bin. However, that blue represents millions of dollars and countless jobs. And it's sort of comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff.
From a pile of stuff. Miranda Priestley, ladies and gentlemen. Devil Wears Prada. I never saw this movie. Okay, push-ups, really? You haven't seen The Devil Wears Prada? It's a cozy. It's the millennial. Okay. Have you not seen Mean Girls 2? Are you trying to tell me that? 100 million Kiki bucks for everyone here right now. Sticking with the late night Kiki Live. Tomorrow is, of course, Untoward Tuesday with Michaeline and I. And I want to say as well, we have a guest, Athena Parisi. And then Wednesday, there will be another Keanu Live. And I have a very special guest. And it's not one that I am or anything. It's not like a talking head. I think I'm going to keep it a surprise. But it will rock your world. My guest on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that because I am so excited. This is the sweetest, most entertaining person I maybe have ever seen in my life. And I have a feeling you all know them. So I've seen Mean Girls 3 times. Is it Garrett? No, it's not Garrett. Why would it be Push-ups? Why would it be? I love Garrett, but why would it be Garrett? No, this is a famous person. They've never been on the program before. And I have the luxury of making their, like, I don't think they've been on, listen. You'll know them when you see them, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Bing, 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 bing. Back to Russell. Back to Russell. Then we have the Hawk. Ba 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 ba. Lo-li-li-li-li. Do-do-di-di-di-di. I want to say the name of the person on Wednesday, but I'm not going to say it because I don't. What if they get sick or something? I don't want to jinx it. So just look forward to it. But also tomorrow on Tour Tuesday, Athena Parisi. That's exciting enough. Oh my God. No push-ups. It's not Kumia. Garrett isn't famous. Garrett is famous. Oh my God. I'm sorry. No, Kumia is not coming to us. Then Eugene's going to see him when he's in town this time, but I think he has planned with Eugene the next time he's in town. He'll come by our studio. So it won't be for a month or two. And it wouldn't be on my show. It would be on Eugene's. We love the Kumia. And if you aren't listening to him on WABC, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You probably all are. Famous in what industry, though? You're just going to love it. Just trust me. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I promise you. And if you don't know them, then you'll get to know them, all right? Tomorrow, Athena Parisi coming on Untoward Tuesday, of course, with Michaeline and I. And we love Athena Parisi, and we can't wait to have her on the show. And then Wednesday, Keanu live again, very special guest that I'm going to gatekeep from you until I make the thumbnail. And then you'll see. Trolling Kinky is fun. It is. I know, because I can't understand it. I can't. Bury the hatchet with Garrett. I love Garrett. I don't want him to know that because of how much he's hurt me. But I do love Garrett. I love him. We love Garrett and Steve. I like to fuck you, Garrett, because he it's just fun. It's just funny. It's cute. And he said I was going to wear a red wedding dress, which I thought would be fun to joke with him about. Anyway, back to Russell Brand, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The next one I have here is, let's see what he said today. And maybe we'll speed it up so we don't have to, belabor this ridiculousness. Oh God, here we go. So Russell again, and I'm sure his lawyers. Oh, Russell. Oh, Russie Poo. I mean, I can't imagine what his lawyers are thinking about this. And this is just my opinion. It's like, they're like, are you really going to go live and talk about this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But all right. I'm facing prison. Here's the truth about what's going on in the UK.
I'm going to address as best.
And again, just the title. All right. So we have just the title here. I'm facing prison. Here's what's going on in the UK. It's like a cover up. It's like, okay, just get to it. Like, tell us why you're innocent, bro. Like, and how? I thought you were going to provide proof. And when I show you, at least the verbal, well, when you listen to another stream where the man is reading the text messages from one of the alleged victims, he says, you know, I'm going to prove all of this wrong and all the texts are fake. All of the texts are fake. Just tell us here. What are you doing, Russ? What are you doing? Oh,
Yes, I can. The charges of sexual assault and rape in the UK that have been made against me. What I feel when looking at it with my heart as open as I can manage is that knowing that there are people that to whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to participate in a venture of this nature means that I recognize that I must have in some ways caused harm. In those Gideon...
Okay. Now let me hear what he just said again. Sorry, while I was fiddling with the speed.
Whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to be the charges of sexual assault and rape in the UK that have been made against me. What I feel when looking at it with my heart as open as I can manage is that knowing that there are people that to whatever degree and for whatever reason willing to participate in a venture of this nature means that I recognize that I must have in some ways caused harm. In those Gideon hedonistic days, those...
Okay, so you admit it.
Those ludicrous dark days, those days where I was part of a culture that then seemed to warmly applaud and celebrate Epicureanism, the relentless pursuit of pleasure, a kind of casual godlessness, the kind of godlessness that leads to the erection, forgive the word, of false gods everywhere. 1 minute this is your idol, the next minute this is your idol. Fall down, bow down and worship at their...
Like he's like also wearing it's like he dressed as Jesus today. He may as well have he like just put some, you know, lipstick on his hands, like, oh, I'm crucified. Oh. I think you're full of shit, Russell.
Corporate and consumer altars. When I was in that world, I must have been captured by a kind of darkness. But remember, for 22 and a half years, I've been drug and alcohol free, and I have a pretty good memory of accounts. And I also know that I'm a person that very much respects the idea of consent. And I pray that over the coming...
I have a pretty good memory of those accounts. A pretty good memory. Well, you know what? Maybe you forgot the shit you did 4 times to 4 ladies that traumatized them, allegedly. All right, Russell? Russell, he looks like, yeah, it's just Russell from Nazareth. Just drop the brand. Just Russell of Nazareth. Oh, my God. His V-neck is normally stretched out. Okay, yes. Just saying, it does like, it's like he got it on Shein. He's like, what shirt would make me look like Jesus? And then Trump put a tariff on it, and it was way more than $8. It's a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
Months when I participate with full volition and total cooperation in any legal inquiry, we'll get to see how the justice system operates in the United Kingdom. We'll get to see what the relationships are between various organizations, to list a few, the CPS, the Met, the Times, Channel 4. We'll see if there are any unusual relationships between some of those organizations. It's difficult not to reflect that indeed the people participating in this are victims of a type, but not victims of me, because I've always been open. You can go and watch my stand-up comedy. You can read my book. I couldn't have been more clear that I was out there having sex with anybody who wanted to. And let me tell you, when you're a famous guy, people are up for it. People are up for it. I've got to be honest with you. That was part of the reason I even bothered becoming famous in the first place, because I thought this will be a glorious opportunity for hedonistic adventure. Surely then my life will mean something. Surely I can find some value in the comfort of strangers. Surely I can lose myself in endless pleasure. Well, you know, as a follower of Jesus Christ, I recognize that sex is a very, very powerful force. In fact,
I don't mean to roll my eyes. I have no problem with people finding the Lord. I have no problem with religion. I would say I dabble, not in an organized religion. I would say that like I believe in a higher power, right? I have no problem whatsoever with religion. But this man is basically dressed as Jesus with his hands out like this, telling you that even though he sinned, I've sinned, but I didn't. But I always had consensual sins. Maybe you didn't, Russ. Maybe you fucking didn't. Maybe you don't remember. But the texts, I believe, that you claim are fake. But you haven't proved that yet. Why wouldn't you just come right out with that and prove how they're fake? Say that you do remember and you knew you sinned and you knew you did wrong. Russell. No problem with religion, people. You guys think I'm like some kind of like crazy person. I don't. Practice whatever religion you want. But he is dressed as Jesus. And I think it's on purpose. He's dressed as white Jesus. And it's on purpose, for sure. He's like, what can I wear to make me look like Jim Caviezel? Passion of the Christ. Grow me hair out. Put my hands up like this. Wear a white t-shirt. Oh, I found the Lord. The media's persecuting me. Enough.
There's in the Bible that sex should only be practiced within the confines of a loving marriage because the force is so, so powerful. There's no question about that. I've learned a lot. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to tell the truth, to participate in a process of reconciliation and healing. Let me know in the comments and chat if you think that the United Kingdom judicial system and media is capable of delivering that. Obelia, sex without love is empty. True pancake, Christ is king. Buddy 105, don't worry, Russell, the Mo's in the UK are blatant, given the historical context. It is pretty extraordinary the way that these events have worked out chronologically, isn't it? It's pretty interesting because most the allegations, just so you know, the charges in fact relate to events between 1999 and 2004. You probably won't even have heard of me until, I don't know, 2005, 2006. You know, so it means that when you heard of me, these things are already alleged to have taken place. So
yeah. And what do you mean? Right. So you're a fucking asshole even before you were famous. Allegedly. He sure can talk. Also, I have it on speed it up. Yeah. Right. Look, it's like, oh, look, let me pivot here and there and whatever. Oh, I'm dressed as Jesus, the Lord. And when all these things happen, all I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. It's like, yeah, he's a talker. Right. Wolf in sheep's clothing. My opinion. Doesn't have to be your opinion. My opinion. 4 women, 4 separate women. That's a lot. That's 4 separate women. Very specific allegations. Maybe you don't remember, Russell, because as you said, those were your hedonistic days. All I want is some hedonism. I didn't mean to do that, but I found the Lord, and now the media's coming after me. There are a lot more prominent Republican figures that, like, if this conspiracy is true, right? If this conspiracy that, like, oh, Russell Brand came out as a Republican and, you know, they're just trying to take him down with all of this weirdness. Like, there are a lot more, like, louder, prominent Republican figures that, like, why doesn't it happen to them? Go ahead, Russell Jesus. Go ahead.
All the time that I was married to Katy Perry, all the time that the Me Too movement was happening, all the time remember when I was talking openly about the coronavirus and the corruption during the coronavirus era and how the media lied to us and shamed us and tried to control us, how companies like Pfizer and Moderna...
I'm so sorry to keep pausing it, but look what he's doing right now. It's like, look at this and look at this and look at this. It's like, ooh, I'm going to distract you from the actual thing here. Remember COVID and how it was a farce? And remember Dr. Fauci and how it was a farce and blah, blah, blah. And Pfizer and Moderna and blah, 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 blah. What the fuck does that have to do with the 4 ladies that are saying that you fucking assaulted them in some way? What the fuck does that have to do with it? It doesn't. But Lou, look over here. Look over here. Look at the bells and whistles. That's what the fucking media does, dog. Listen, we just looked at an article about fucking about, and I love the New York Post. Been in there 3 times. They've been nothing but nice to me. Listen, I like the New York Post, but they did say, listen, even though the tariffs may make your fast fashions hundreds of more dollars, at least you'll be able to declutter your home. That's what media does. That's what you're doing right now. What this is titled, the title of your video is, I'm facing prison. Here's the truth about what's going on in the UK. Okay, so you're facing prison for these charges, right? What does it have to do with the fucking corona? It doesn't. Look over here. Look over here. Nothing, Russell. Has nothing to do. Maybe it's connected to Hunter Biden's laptop. Probably. He's probably on there. He doesn't probably remember. Maybe he just doesn't remember. Maybe the reason that we just never figured out Hunter Biden's laptop is because Russell Jesus was on it. Praise Russell Jesus. Praise him. Amen. Or maybe it's like, oh, man. Go ahead, Russell Jesus.
Made record profits, how the UK inquiry into COVID was tepid, how people like Anthony Fauci ought to be regarded as criminals, how we have to have an open debate about the causes of war, whether they're the Middle Eastern wars or wars between Russia and Ukraine. It's interesting to me that once I was on the radar of the deep state and many of their affiliates within media, because the media and the government are not separate entities. The media and the institutions of power are not separate entities. We know that now. We'll start off by looking at the United Kingdom. If you are a UK resident,
not saying that doesn't happen. You can't trust fucking anything, really. But I highly doubt it's all just coming out because you're, Russell Jesus brand on Rumble. That's just not what's happening here. You already said you were going to prove these texts wrong, which you will hear in the video that I'm going to play next, and you haven't. Why wouldn't you? You know what? Fuck. If somebody were accusing me of that, I'd be like, here's the proof. Look. No, these texts are fucking damning. And we do live in a fucking age, and I'm sorry, I've been through a situation where you guys all know about the Jason Scoop thing. I mean, and even the shithole comments I get from that. Here's his plead guilty. Here's the proof. Here's my face. Here's my medical records. I mean, I have just fucking receipt after receipt after receipt. And people want to make it political. Instead of just going, you know what? I thought that fucking idiot Trump impersonator was funny. Turns out he's a bad guy. And just stop supporting him. They want to fucking be like, well, why now? Why now? Because nobody can deny the proof. Nobody can deny the facts. But they just can't wrap their brains around the fact that it's not political. And that maybe, just maybe, this guy's an asshole and did some really fucked up shit. So now Russell's going to use this. In my opinion, this is what he's going to do. He's going to, this is all political. It's all because I found Jesus and because I, came out as a Republican. Russ. It's not very Christ-like anyway. Just repent, man. Fucking just face the music. Fuck. You know what? people would probably be like, oh my God, wow. He's admitting everything but what he probably, maybe I just don't even remember what I did to these women. I was, in such a fucking famous drug fuel, or maybe even before he was famous, like hedonistic, drug fueled and alcoholic like craze. Maybe I fucking hurt someone. Maybe I went too far. Maybe I didn't have consent. Maybe consent was fucking like not, maybe it was retracted. It's not political. It's a fucking shame what happens. It's a fucking miracle any woman comes out about fucking anything these days. I'm sorry, it is. I know that's not a popular thing, but even that's why they call it brave, which is such a fucking like, it's so embarrassing. But that's it is. It has. It's a very fucking difficult thing because you'll get backlash. People denying you or whatever. Even look at the amount of proof I just put in your lap with the Jason Scoop thing in me, right? The proof, the pleading guilty, the fucking pictures, all of this stuff. And still people want to be an asshole about it. Why? You can't just go, fuck, that guy made me laugh, but turns out he's an asshole. Just twist yourselves into knots just to not believe it. It's not political. Same with Russell Brand. He shouldn't make it political. What are you trying to save your ass for? Just be like, fuck, maybe I don't know. That would be like a Christ-like thing to do. Fuck, maybe I did fuck up so badly to these women. Or say nothing, Russell. Your lawyers must be fucking not sleeping for the past 5 days, idiot. Anyway. Let's continue.
How do you feel in the UK right now? How do you feel about the rape gang crisis? How do you feel that there's going to be no inquiry into the rape gang crisis in the UK? But there is time and evidently resources to look at alleged incidents, in my case, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And by the way, I don't believe in that statute of limitation stuff. I think if someone...
You don't believe in the statute. That's also a fucking funny thing to say. I don't believe in that statute of limitation stuff. That's brilliant of him actually to say. He's like, no, if I did it back in the day, then I should be putting the brig for it. That's actually brilliant. And we know he's a smart guy. It's actually a really brilliant thing to say. No, if I'm guilty, then I don't. Well, if I did it, then I should be putting the brig. Doesn't matter if it was in 2005 or 1999. Ugh, Russell.
Committed a crime 20 years ago, 30 years ago. If a crime was committed, the person should be held accountable. Justice. I believe in justice. I believe in integrity. I believe in truth. Why? Because I believe in God. I believe that we're here to love one another. But I don't believe the media believe that. And I don't believe the institutions in democracy in the United Kingdom are acting like truth, freedom, and the sanctity of the human spirit are a priority right now. Do you believe that? Let me know if you're watching this in the UK. Let's have a little look at this stuff.
Let me just pay attention here real fast. Mad Links. What's he accused of? Okay. He's accused of... Sorry if you're just joining us. Russell Brand, essay. So like rape. We just read it. 4 different women have been assaulted in naughty ways, allegedly by Russell Brand, spanning from 1999 to 2005. So that's what he's accused of. And he's here to tell you that he's found the Lord and that he's being persecuted because he's conservative and it's all the media, which I am not so sure about. But that's all. I don't know. We're not going to listen to all of this because then he's just going to ramble on. But
yeah, what do you like? I became a Christian, preempting that charges would appear from deep history. I acted hedonistically, knowing that in retrospect it would all pay off. But what I have to remind myself, it's weird because if you're a trending topic on something like X, and if you are watching us on X or YouTube or wherever you're watching us, remember you're gonna have to watch us ultimately on Rumble. It's difficult.
See what he did there? He's like, oh yeah, I just like, blah, 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 blah. You did do that, I think. I think you did. Or it's one or the other, in my opinion. This is all alleged. He is not, of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. Okay, of course he is. And he has to have a fair, trial. Of course he's innocent until proven guilty. But if I'm looking at it, I'm like, you either just don't fucking remember this shit because you are the person that admittedly said you are a maniac, drug addict, alcoholic that acted crazy and slept with everyone. And you just don't remember like being incredibly aggressive and like the revoke of consent, okay, allegedly. Or you know exactly what you fucking did and you went, you know what I'll do to like put a stop to this? I'll find the Lord. I'll become a Republican and it'll be all the media's fault. I mean, he could be the smartest man on earth or the dumbest man on earth, but I have a feeling he's smart. I disagree with you there, push-ups. I don't know. Yeah, I need details. It's not even when you don't like Russell that these are over 20 years ago and the target is of the New World Order. I'm on Team Russell here. F those hoes. Okay, that's the problem. All right. I know it's over 20 years ago, but maybe these women have been talking about it, right? Could it possibly be that he just doesn't remember doing this shit? Why 4 women? Why now? What? Russell's not even like, why would it be? There are a lot bigger, conservative people that you could just like, I guess, I mean, I don't know who would do this, but like make something up about. Why Russell Brand? It doesn't make sense to me, Mad. Respectfully, Mad Links. But we're glad you're here. Love to see a new name in the chat. Millions of Kiki bucks for you. Here, I'll give them to you for real. 1 million Kiki bucks for you, Mad. But that's the thing. Yes, over 20 years ago, right. Maybe they have been talking about it. Maybe, who the fuck knows? You never know. All hail and farewell to Britain. And the UK is long gone. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Assaulting verbally is in fascio. Who knew? Who benefited? I don't know what it means. In fashion? A Ben Shapiro sex scandal would be funnier. I only know the name Ben Shapiro. I honestly, I don't know. I would have to see a photo of him, but it sounds funny. Anyway, Jesus Russell Brand doing his thing. And I want to get to the part of, yeah, all right. We're only going to listen to just a tad more of this.
Not to get sort of solipsistic and narcissistic and think that you're kind of significant and important. I recognize that my only significance and importance is one of the operators in new media space that present a radical threat to patterns of communication that were long established. They were established with the Associated Press. They were established with the Trusted News Initiative. There are organizations and institutions that ensure that the information you receive is pre-chewed and doused in fluoride or whatever temperate chemical is required to keep you docile. So in a sense, I recognize that I'm not really significant other than the accidents of my circumstance, that I happen to be on YouTube relatively early, that I happen to be talking about the coronavirus relatively early. Individuals like me, they can't. Okay.
So now at this point, it's just bedlam. It's just descending into madness. And I know that it's sped up or whatever, but like, okay, I've had enough. I did listen to the whole thing and then it's like, what are you even saying? No one knows. No one knows, Russell Jesus. No one knows. These things have been accused. You've been accused of these things. And I think you're trying to give us like a dog and pony show to try and be like, oh, well, you're being framed by the media. Or maybe, just maybe. And listen, you could atone for this. These women are, living their lives, all right? But it's still traumatizing, allegedly, what happened. And I heard, Dearest, I listen to this show a lot. Andy Signor of Popcorn Planet. I listen to this show a lot he does a lot of great takes on the, oh my God, the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni debacle. So I've been listening for that. But he seemed to have a take about Russell Brand, and I thought it was quite interesting. So let's listen to it. Let's say, yeah. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. Actually, okay, wait, no. We will. Bing, bing, bing. If you aren't following this guy, if you like pop culture, Popcorn Planet is, he does not know me, but I will reach out to him. Maybe I could get him on my show or something. Or maybe I would go on his show. Our good friend Ari was on his show. Maybe that's how I got into him. And if you don't know Andy of Popcorn Planet, bing, 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 he is always very... this is a man, apparently, and I didn't know this until I watched this video. He's been actually accused in the Me Too movement. Okay. And he's not even, and it wasn't true, and there was no evidence, and all of that stuff. And this is what I learned in this video. And he is still not on the side of Russell Brand, and he reads out text messages that I think are very damning. And I don't know where he got them, but this is the only thing that I have. Maybe I didn't do enough research on it, but this was a pop-up stream. So here we go. Bing, bing, bing.
Officially charged by the Metropolitan Police on 4 heinous allegations by 4 separate women. An investigation that has lasted nearly 2 years. Now, while I haven't covered this story as much as I've covered others, I have a little, and I have expressed my own private bias in that I have a friend who I do believe was abused by Russell Brand. I shared that tweet this morning, and after I got...
That is another piece. He has a friend that he believes is a personal friend that was abused by Russell Brand, who never reported it. So, there you go. He said, I've stayed silent on Russell Brand for a while because my friend, who was also abused, didn't want her story out there out of fear of his audience. Yeah. But look at that. An investigation brought actual charges of assault. Meanwhile, he's had years to find Jesus. See, look at that, right? And plant the "it's a witch hunt" narrative, as if he can even remember those drug-fueled I didn't even read this tweet. Sex addiction years in the first place. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Exactly. Like, as if he could fucking possibly remember them. Like, oh my God. As if he could even remember those drug-fueled sex addiction years in the first place. It's almost as if he knew this was coming. To be fair, he's still innocent until proven guilty. Oh my God, he's speaking my language. And he'll have his day in court. But just a reminder that not all accusers are liars. Sometimes even celebs have to face accountability. I'll be listening closely to both sides on this one. That's a God. Mwah. Couldn't have said it better myself. I did not even see that tweet. I listened to this for the text message part of it. But yes, Andy, wholeheartedly agree. There you go.
Some replies to it, along with seeing Russell Brand's response.
So he watched this. I want to get to the part, I should have timestamped it, where he reads the text messages.
How much she was hurt by it. How she tried to get evidence and talk to the producers of the movie, and they did nothing.
Okay, well, this is important too. He talks about his friend.
Speak to me. We were friends, and we had worked together. And she was
his friend, allegedly, and she didn't want to come out about it. Was that's not a nice face to end on there. But his friend allegedly was working on a movie with Russell, and they had like a intimate scene, and he'll tell you, but not good. Yeah. And this all alleged. She didn't want to come forward with it. There you go.
Shocked by the allegations leveled against me. And she spoke and reached out to me to speak to me and give her support. And in that conversation, as I was opening up about my raw experiences, she opened up about hers. We weren't on a podcast. She wasn't looking to get fame. She wasn't looking to get anything. She shared this story to me back then in a moment that I'll never forget. And her story never left me. I always remember her sharing the story in more detail and just how much she was hurt by it. How she tried to get evidence and talk to the producers of the movie and they did nothing. And then how she got blackballed from Hollywood after it. And this wasn't some just random person that I got to be careful. That she's lying to you, Andy. No, there was no intent from that at all. And in fact, as I've still stayed in touch, we talk all the time and talk about this case in general. She wants nothing to do with it. Not because she doesn't want to get justice for Russell, but because she fears of all of the types of replies that came to this thread. And
that is the long and short of it. That's like it's a very common fear with any, anyone that's been, allegedly abused or abused. Actually, no. Why would I say allegedly? Anybody that's been abused. Oh God, I'm going to be, you're going to get so much backlash. It really does suck. It sucks. It's a terrible fucking thing. And then you had the public eye piece to it. Fuck. It's a miracle anybody comes forward about anything. Sorry, ladies and gents. I know it's a tough pill to swallow, and no one is saying that there are women out there that have falsely accused people. I'm certainly not saying that. Of course, of course it has happened in history, but with Russell, I don't think it's that. Let me try and find the place where he reads these texts.
And it really did open my eyes to sort of how we need to look at these cases. Of course, Russell Brand is innocent until proven guilty.
That's right. We know that. I want to go to the part, Russell Brand's late night text message apology to alleged victim. There you go. All right, there you go. There it is. It's on the mirror.
I can. But this one's the hardest one for me to ignore. And the biggest response back is, oh, the texts are fake. The texts are fake. Well, then Russell proved that. Show it. He promised he would sort of show that this was all fake, and he's still yet to do it. Now, in his response, he talks about how he's excited to be able to defend himself, and great. Let's hear his side. But these texts, if they are true, prove it, guys. Like, he apologizes to this woman after a horrific night. I'm sorry that was crazy and selfish. I hope you can forgive me. I know that you're a lovely person. You scared the F out of me. You're right.
All right. There it goes. You know what? And I only just listened to this. I didn't even realize they were right there. I'll read them to you. I'll show you. Okay. Here's the texts. All right. Tell me these are not real, Russell. He hasn't mentioned one fucking thing. Russell Brand hasn't mentioned one fucking thing about these text messages at all in his weird, I'm Jesus diatribes on Twitter and everything. Look at that. Look. I'm sorry. That was crazy and selfish. I hope you can forgive me. I know that you're a lovely person, X. You scared the shit out of me. You're right. I am a lovely person. And for you to take advantage of me like this is unacceptable. You have a problem. Were there more? Let me just make sure. You have a problem. You need help. It's dangerous that you think you can get your own way all the time. Do you know how scary you are when that glazed look comes over you? And then he reads the rest of them. I should have just found that article, but thank you, Andy. Everyone subscribe to him. Andy, big fan. Here, go ahead.
Do you know how scary you are when that glaze comes over you? The text continues, guys. I got to be careful. When a girl says NO, it means it. Do I have to go and get myself tested? Last time, you asked me if I had protection or not. When I said use protection, it doesn't mean optional. You don't have the best reputation. I pride myself on being safe and trying to make the right decisions. Obviously, this was a bad one. I'm so disappointed. And his response, I'm very sorry. You don't need to get tested. I will make this up to you somehow with love and kindness. Not my original idea, which was more X. You've been so lovely to me. I'm so embarrassed of my behavior. Will you ever forgive me? Look, these aren't good. And I don't care if he's found Jesus now. He's still got to atone.
Right. So that's the long and short of those text messages. Didn't even realize where he got the there's an article. There's the text. What honestly, Russell admits it in that thing. He's like, yeah, I'll make it up to you, love. Please, Russell. You don't hear anything about him in his in the past few days. He doesn't say anything about those text messages. a glazed look coming over your eyes, yeah, you're fucked up. Maybe you just don't remember the fucking like lack of consent. Russell, it ain't good. It ain't good, ladies and gentlemen. Last thing I'm going to show you. Oh. My back. Last thing I'm going to show you is here's a response, and I did just watch this. I just stumbled upon this podcast that I've never seen in my life, but this is what people will say. This is what people will say, which drives me batshit crazy. It is from the Damn it, I saved it. I have never seen these people in my life, but I guess it came up in my algorithm. Don't know these people. Matthew Cox. I don't know. It's Inside True Crime. Russell Brand was set up, ? What happens next? I listened to about fucking like 2 minutes of this, and I was like, this is right. This is the exact type of shit. This is why women don't come out about abuse, because these douchebags will say this. And we ain't going to play a lot of this, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to talk about fun stuff. Don't know these people, but glad to thank you for this clip. I guess follow them if you agree with what they're saying. But
and is being accused of committing physical crimes against women in the UK. I got to tell you, I was expecting this to happen to him. He's been very political over the last few years. Okay, this guy's done a complete 180 with his life. I believe what's happening to him is the same thing that happened to Andrew Tate or anyone that speaks publicly against certain policies,
you just say that?
foreign policies.
God, and then it's like
whoever's really speaking out against, what many would classify as the agendas of the left. I'm not surprised at all. And I think that most of these allegations will be bogus. The other problem I have with all this, Matt.
What about the texts, sire? What about those? I mean, to prove to us that they're fake, I guess. Russ Jesus. Yeah. It's just icky. It's not political. I hate when people make things political. It's just clearly not political. What sense does that make? Like Bill Cosby. Look, right. You know what? People had to cope with the fact. They're like, oh, but it's America's dad. But eventually you go, oh, fuck. This guy was a fucking monster. It's like, it's very difficult for people like, well, I loved him and get him to the Greek. Like, he couldn't have done, well, what? He's admitting to you, like, what a fucking degenerate he was, Russell Brand, that is. He full-fledged, like, completely admits it. Right. That was a tough one. Bill Cosby. I mean, Jesus, how many women did it take to come out about that? For people to fucking go, oh, fuck, America's dad is a fucking asshole. Took a long time, but Jesus. There was a guaranteed. Hold on, babe. Don Lucier, you're having your own party in here. I don't know what that means, but we love that you're here. Oh, God. I can only watch a little bit of this guy because he is icky.
And as someone that's gone through the criminal system yourself,
I
find it really crazy that crimes that were committed 20, 30 years ago, supposedly, allegedly, that there's that type of statute of limitations. I'm really starting to feel that these, because
Sire, and forgive me for not knowing who the fuck this man is on this show. Sire, Russell himself said he doesn't believe in the statute of limitations. If the crime was committed, maybe he just doesn't even fucking remember. Like, what does it matter how long ago it was? Maybe they have been talking about it for years. Maybe it took, the courage. Maybe I don't know, or I don't know if these women talk to each other, but maybe it does, safety in numbers. You feel less ashamed. You feel less embarrassed if it's like that happened to, okay, I'm going to say me too. That happened to me too. Me Too movement obviously did cause a lot of, well, it was good and bad for a lot of reasons. I just think, dudes are like, no, what's going to happen to me? And yes, I'm not saying that men have been falsely accused of things. But this is the reason why women have a hard time coming out about this shit. Like, especially somebody famous. It's not political, you freak. Yes, Drewium, exactly. We were just talking about that. He said on multiple occasions, even in interviews, that he was high, fucked up all the time, and a sex addict. I don't know if you saw, and I won't pull up the clip. It'll take me too long. He was on a talk show. He literally flat out said, he's like, oh, and then I'll write someone. Like, and they were like, whoa. Like, I guess he was trying to make a joke, but like that comes from somewhere. It's like, he's like, maybe, I mean, I could even believe that Russell doesn't remember the lack of consent during his drug-fueled sex addict days. If you're a sex addict and you're and you're on drugs and you're high and you're fucking drunk and you're famous, like, I could even believe the argument that he just doesn't even fucking remember that consent, even if it was there at first, was retracted. That would be fine. But no, instead, he's going to come out and be like, oh, I'm being persecuted because I'm a Republican voice. No, Russell, just shut up. Just shut up if you want to fucking walk out of this without any like charges, my friend. Yeah, and then this guy's going to go on and basically do all of the wrong things and be like, it's because he's a Republican, it's the media. Okay. All right.
I think it used to be like 7 years before you had to report that type of crime if you were, a woman or a man or something like that happened to you.
God.
And
that you could be charged.
Yeah, that you could be charged. 20 years, 30 years. It really seems to me like they've shifted these laws. Now, I know some of it had to do with what happened in the church and all that stuff. They were giving them more time.
Yeah, but
people that were children that never came forward because of what happened to them from clergy and stuff like that. Big scandal just happened in the UK, by the way. You think that would be bigger news, that the Anglican Church bishop resigned for covering up what was happening, just like what happened in the Roman Catholic Church. But meanwhile, they're going to, galvanize this whole story here with him. I 100% believe Russell Brand his character is being assassinated. They're coming after him because his show is very Christian-like now. He's had, he's talked about a lot what's going on since 2019 with the shutdown,
on the Catholic
with
Church were
certain individuals on airplanes and islands and politicians and lists. And I think most of us can agree and probably do believe that there's nothing. These are just frivolous charges, just like they did with Andrew Tate, because he's still not convicted of anything. And this is breaking, man, as soon as I came here. But what do you think, man? I mean, his podcast is one of the top for, I guess you would call far right.
Idiots driving me to
audience.
Hard.
Right. I mean, I've seen all of a 2-minute clip, so I'm an expert.
I have a question. Has this been going on? Like, has this something that the public has already?
I don't know what this podcast is, but thank you for having this podcast so I could talk about it, whoever you are. I guess this is the producer. Anyway, that just annoyed the fuck out of me. Like, whatever this man said. I guess we'll listen a little bit more. It just came up in my
already known about. That's kind of.
Or is this the first time you've heard of it? Yeah.
It's not first time. They brought up some of this about it.
I mean, the only thing this man is missing is a tinfoil hat. Like, it's obvious. Like, I mean, it's also like, look over here. What about this? Like, what? Shut up. It's the weirdest thing. It really is. Weirdest thing ever. Oh my God. Unless they got semen stained blue dress. Oh wait, never mind. Oh yeah. That was fun. Monica Lewinsky. That was great. There was no fucking abuse of power in that situation at all. Yes, of course it was consensual, but Jesus Christ, look how we shamed poor Monica. That's horrible. Truly, love that you're here. Do we think that sex offenders, or at least those accused, would dive into Christianism to avoid charges? Yes, absolutely. I think that's what, in my opinion, in my fair opinion, it does look like to me. Russell's like, I've got some fucking demons and some shit's gonna come out about me. Maybe I'll do this diabolical. I'll find God, and then, that'll like lessen the blow of the stuff that is coming out about me, I mean, look, read his books. It's like, or book. Is it Bookie Wooks or Bookie Wook? I only know of one. I mean, he admittedly was a sex addict, did tons of drugs, was drunk, famous, Again, maybe he doesn't remember the lack of consent, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So what would somebody in that situation do? Because I do think he's a smart man. Eloquent, very good at pivoting and, putting you in a labyrinth of chatter and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to find Jesus. I'm going to be like, hey, look, I've found the Lord now. Yes, I was a degenerate, but I've repented for my sins. No. 4 women don't just say that these things happen, and we're very specific. Those text messages came from somewhere. 2 more seconds of this idiot, and then we're going to talk about something fun.
A year ago, and he had to come out and say, listen, they're trying to attack me right now. I've never done anything inappropriate. I'm sure he's done things that are inappropriate. Let's be real.
Yeah.
This guy,
He's
I don't
a
know
drug addict.
If you don't remember him in MTV early 2000s, this guy was literally, you could tell he's not sober. He's on every drug there is, drinking. He had women all over him. He was married to Katy Perry for a while, who I think is nothing short of demonic, in my opinion. I think Katy Perry is so far gone demonic.
And now this is where, like, I'm like, all right, this man is just fucking put your tinfoil hat on and go home. Listen, nobody is in the habit of defending Katy Perry just because she is she's done nothing wrong. She's produced fantastic music, or she used to, but her personality is insufferable. But she's not a demon, okay? She's not a fucking devil worshiper, Baldy.
I know you think I'm crazy for thinking that, but there's a lot to it.
I don't really know anything about Katy Perry, but
she made a song called "The Dark Horse," and in that song is basically a chant to Satan, literally just to the devil himself. It's about black magic.
I thought she was a pop star.
She was a pop star. What's funny about her is her career started in gospel music. She was actually very spiritual.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's even a video clip of her that if you guys go.
And now he goes into crazy town. But I just wanted to give you an example, basically, of how this is why this stupid idiot is the reason why women probably have a hard time of coming out with abuse allegations and their personal stories, especially of a famous person, about how they abuse them. Okay. This is the kind of man. This is why, because this man, for some reason, is able to speak on a podcast. He just said that Katy Perry was a devil worshiper. She's insufferable. Yes. Great music back in the early, the 2010s. Teenage Dream, Firework. Are you kidding? Devil worshiper? No. Shut up. Shut up. My God. Horrible. That is all I have on Russell Brand. That probably took me an hour. Was that just like an hour, like a cute hour? Well, now we're going to move on to something fun. Well, it's fun to me. This won't be fun to, well, okay, it's fun because no one was hurt. How many times do I have to say this on my show? It's fun because even though it's sort of scary, no one was hurt while it happened. There's a crazy hawk that was terrorizing a bald man. Hit the like button if you have it, by the way. Here's a cute little story that just tickled my funny bone. And yes, maybe I have a dark sense of humor, but it was too funny to pass up. No one was hurt that badly. Nobody was like harmed to the point of like hospital in this vicious attack by this hawk. But thank you, New York Post. You always give me the best stories. And then I have a cute video of it. Want to see? Hormonal? Oh, it's always a woman. It's always a hormonal woman. Hormonal hawk terrorizes bald men for weeks in English village. Oh, it's the English episode. Before it's finally captured. This bird's battling baldness. One head wound at a time. A hormonal hawk that terrorized bald men by dive bombing their vulnerable noggins for weeks was finally captured in a small English village, neighbors said Friday. The bloodthirsty bird wreaked havoc on roughly 50 people in Flamstead, Hertfordshire, just north of London, by swooping down and clawing their heads from behind. That's terrible. Can you imagine? You're just like a bald guy. You're down on your luck. You're like, I don't have any hair left. Fuck. What am I going to do? You're just like, you know what? I'm just going to rock it. I'm going to rock my bald head. And then a hawk comes down and just like, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. Isn't it? What's that? Ow. What the fuck was that? So just be careful if you're walking around in England. A hawk might come down and pierce your head. The bloodthirsty bird wreaked havoc on roughly 50 people in Flamstead, hospitalizing one resident and leaving others drenched in blood. This is a crazy hawk. In one hair-raising attack, the male Harris's hawk left Jim Hewitt, 75, with a gaping dome gash as he walked to the store to get milk Wednesday. The outlet reported. Oh my God, look at it. Oh, listen, but your head does bleed a lot. As somebody who's been ran under by a car, your head does bleed a lot. Don't you love? I love that he was just, I was just walking to the store to get milk. Just needed a cup of milk. Oh. And then something came down and chirped and pierced at me head. Oh, the humanity. I don't know. I can't do an English accent. It has to be a Cockney accent. Harlem. You're just going to get some milk. That's why I don't drink milk. Never have to run out to get it. I put water in my cereal. I don't drink anything that came out of an udder. I'll eat cheese. It's different. If, I'll eat pastries that are made with milk, but just a plain glass of milk, don't need it in my life. That's why I have a full head of hair almost. And Why no one is attacking my noggin? No birds.
From electricity to internet,
Go away.
invisible forces power our world, and AI is next, working in ways we won't
my God,
even
shut
notice.
up.
Find out more in Tech Trends 2025 from Deloitte.
Okay. Can you stop now? Is it going to play another one? God, the ads. Pause. He looked like he had been in a knife attack, said neighbor Lizzie Atkinson, who found the retiree covered in blood as the heartless hawk prepared to dive bomb him again. God forbid it happened to a child, she said. Right. Exactly. That would be terrible. It's terrible that it happened to this man, but he is okay. So Hewitt, who was hospitalized for the scalp injury, said it was a shock, noting that he bled profusely because he's on double blood thinners. Okay. That is terrible. Oh my God. It's like when my mom got her nose pierced. She had bad knees at the time. And she we got our noses pierced together, and I went first, and then when they pierced her nose, it was like a blowhole of blood. They're like, oh my God. I mean, you really aren't supposed to bleed from your nose that way. We got our noses, and we had a plan. We got our noses and belly buttons pierced together. I went first, nose, then belly button. When they pierced her nose, they said, well, we can't do your belly button if your nose blowhole is bleeding this way. So then she had to stop taking the pills that thin your blood for her knees for a couple weeks. Then we got her belly button pierced. But that shit's no joke. So maybe the hawk was just trying to give him a kiss and he started bleeding because of the blood thinners. How is Michaeline? She's good. You'll see her tomorrow on Untoward Tuesday. Athena Parisi is a guest. She's good. I spoke with her today. Hewitt, who was also hospitalized for the scalp, it was a shock. The bird-brained brute had reportedly attacked dozens of other men from behind since early March. He attacked them from behind. Sounds like Russell Brand. Just kidding. Including Steve Harris, 40, who was forced to wear a bike helmet on his daily jog. Look at this hawk, too. Look at it. It's like, keep walking. And ladies and gentlemen, I did do the digging on this, and we do have a video. Experts said the male hawk likely went ballistic due to a hormonal flare-up during mating season. Oh, so it's a male hawk. Mail deliveries were also delayed to the village as postal workers' feathers were ruffled by the sky-high savage. God, that's good writing. The sky-high savage. Handyman and gardener Paul Boyes was attacked twice by the hawk. It really hurt when it hit you, he told The Guardian. It really hurt when it hit you. I was attacked twice by the savage. Hi, Aaron. How are you? We're just talking about this crazy hawk that attacked people in England, but everyone's okay. Oh, man, those male flare-ups. I'd like to be a sky-high savage. I don't know what it means, but I like it. The sky-high savage. It did really hurt when it hit you, he told The Guardian. It comes up behind you, and its talons got me in the back of the head. And its other ones came round the front and got me on my forehead. That's terrible. That sounds terrible. My God. I mean, yeah. It's like when you fear for dogs, like some little dogs in the yard, like eagles could come up and pick them up and carry them into the sky. They're flying menaces. These hawks. They're flying menaces. Really, truly. And I have found the video, so just you wait. It is terrifying. Oh, and also I like that they blamed it on the male birds' hormones. That's interesting. All this dive bombing, I think, is hormonal. It's hormonal courtship because it's only started happening in the last couple of weeks. Breeding season. Falconer Alan Greenhog told the UK Dependent. On Thursday, Harris captured the hawk by luring him into a shed in his garden and tossing a cage over the bird. It feels strange. A bit of relief. We've all just wanted to get it caught, said Harris. A psychotherapist told the UK's press association. It's like, another day. Just doing the Lord's work. He is grateful neighbors can repay him by buying him a drink. I think I'll be able to keep my wallet in my pocket next time I go to the pub, Harris said. Isn't that a heartwarming story? Heartwarming. Well, let me tell you, you guys are in luck because I found the actual footage of the hawk. And what you are about to see may shock you. All right? Oh my God. It's so terrifying. The poor hawk. All right, here we go. It's very, very disturbing. Not the poor hawk, the poor gentleman. The poor gentleman. Forgive me for laughing. All right, here we go. Can we all see this? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There's the hawk. There he goes.
Why didn't you shout me? It went very...
Stop. Stop. It's not funny, but it is. He's okay. It's terrible. Like if that happened to my, grandpa, I would be so upset. But he would be okay. Look at him. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to find it funny. I can't help it. We'll play it again. Okay, here it goes. Oh. Look at this bird. He's just ready to go. Oh. Oh no.
Why didn't you shout me? It went very...
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask me why I find that funny, but the man didn't, he didn't. All right, one more time. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah!
It went very...
This poor guy, I mean, he's immediately bleeding from his head. Good news is they caught the hawk. He's out on parole, though. That freaking hawk. This poor old man. Oh, and it's only bald men. He only attacks the bald, which is terrible. It's terrible. Oh my God. You guys. We have a guest. A hawk snatched a pigeon right in front of me, plucked and ate it. Oh my God. Yes, they can fucking like pick things up. Like I've been worried about the dog, the new dog at Tom's house, my dad, that I procured for him. Little Jim Ham. There were like fucking like giant ass birds on the roof. And we were like, what the fuck is that about? What are these things? Because they saw little Jim Ham running around the yard in the fenced in backyard. That's why they make those spiky jackets for the little dogs. So they could pick them up. Birds. The only dinosaurs left. This has been fun, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a late night pop-up Kiki Live. But we do have a late night guest. I didn't know if they were going to show their faces after all they've done, but they are here. I mean, do you want to see? Are you? I don't know. Who is that? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The hawk is here. Ah! How you doing, Kiki? I don't feel bad at all for what I did. That is terrible, Mr. Hawk. And you sound like flying baby Kiki. That's terrible. You don't feel bad at all? Like, are you, I mean, like, you must be out on, you know, whatever. Like, you haven't been charged with your crimes yet. Yeah. Those bald guys deserved it. Every time I see a bald head, I just want to pick at it. Make them bleed. I didn't even care what age he was. I'd do it again. They shouldn't have let me out. They shouldn't have let me out of bird prison. Because I can't wait to do it again. That is really rude of you, Mr. Hawk. May I call you Mr. Hawk? No! Call me Bernard. That's the name my mother gave me. Oh, Bernard. Oh, Bernard the Hawk. So weird. It's so strange, Mr. Hawk. Well, I mean, what makes you want to do that to the poor bald man? Like, is it it's just like an easy target? Yeah. And if I can grow feathers into my older age, I'm a 44-year-old bird, then I don't understand why they don't got hairs on their heads. And it makes me hate them, and it makes me angry. And I want to get them. I want to see their bald heads bleed. I don't care the age. Lone hawk, live alone, die alone. I don't care. They captured me for a minute there, but now I'm out now. I'm flying free. You see? I'm doing podcasts now, right? Flying around. Oh, wow. That's very interesting, Mr. Bernard, excuse me, Mr. Bernard. Well, I mean, do you have friends or hawk family or, you know, brothers, sister hawks or, you know, anybody else around you? No, like I said, I live alone, die alone. And I'm a baldist. I'm not a bald eagle. See, I got feathers on my head. Maybe even though I have a Boston accent, I hate that American bald eagle. And I'm from England, you see? I'm from England, where the eagles have feathers on their heads. So whenever I see a bald guy walking around, I gotta dive at it. And I'll never stop. I'll never stop. Just like me mate, Russell Brand. Oh my God. Wild. That is wild. Well, do you have any closing thoughts? Bernard the Hawk? Just this. I'll never stop. Lock me up forever. Put me in a zoo. You may as well put me in a zoo. But I will peck the heads of everybody that tries to take care of me, and I will never stop. See this color of my feathers? I'm a fighter. And I'm crazy. And I don't care. I'm Bernard the Hawk. And you're going to remember my name forever. Bah! Bah! Well, that was Bernard the Hawk, ladies and gentlemen. That was crazy. That was crazy. Bye, Bernard. Thank you for joining us. Wasn't that fun? It's so crazy when we get drop-in guests. It was really cool. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you. That was really nice. It was so scary.
I went like this. Ah! I'm serious.
You guys are just the schmoopest. Look, wow, we got that whole wow. I mean, the segment with Bernard the Hawk, that was insane. We get the guests here. Wednesday, we have an incredible guest. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see them. Wait till you meet them. It's going to be an exclusive. And tomorrow, we have an incredible guest. You've seen her on In Hot Water before. And if you aren't subscribed and watching Gino Bisconti and I on In Hot Water on Rumble Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Aaron James, thank you for the $4.99. But yeah, Athena Parisi will be here tomorrow with Michaeline and I. Thank you for the $4.99, Aaron James. Just for being you, my time to relax is watching your personality and laughing snorts are the best. I love you, Aaron. You're just the sweet. I have a weird personality. I'm glad that you find it entertaining. 1,000,000 trillion Kiki bucks for you, Aaron James. And you know what I told Amy? I was just talking to her today, and I said that you super chatted $10 for a wellness check on her, and she really did appreciate that. Oh my God, tomorrow. Remind me, Aaron, even I have to tell you, oh my God, the Amy saga continues. I have to tell you, find people about it. But yes, tomorrow, Athena Parisi is coming on finally. And we are very excited about that. Then Wednesday, and I'm going to gatekeep this guest because I want it to be a big, big surprise because I just adore them. And you, if you don't already know them, you will adore them as well. What's this vape is out? I'm not vaping anymore. Look at it. It's like it is so stupid to vape. Don, call in tomorrow. Call in tomorrow. Come up with a story for Untoward Tuesday. And call in tomorrow. I must be making my leave. But yes, you know the deal with Untoward Tuesday, even though we have a guest for the first hour. In the second hour, call in. Call away. Call in for Untoward Tuesday. Tell us your most untoward story. And you too could win the Untoward Award or even get on the Untoward board. We're very excited. Very exciting. So yes, guests this week. Tune into In Hot Water on Rumble. So on Gino Bisconti's channel on Rumble. I'm the booth gal there. Tomorrow, We will be there doing our thing at 3 p.m. And then tomorrow at 10 p.m., of course, we have Untoward Tuesday with Athena Parisi and Michaeline, of course. And then you call on in with your untoward stories. Then Wednesday, it'll be another Keanu Live, 10 p.m. And we have a very exciting guest, which I'm going to leave a surprise for now. Thursday, of course, we have Bacchanal Thursday. And for any of my comedy dates, you know where to find them. It's Keanu C. Thompson on all of the social media platforms. And if you are not listening to KeanuCast, the latest episode of KeanuCast, I believe it's KeanuCast 24, is wherever you find your podcasts. It's also on YouTube if you are a member. So become a member, like, download, subscribe, wherever you find your podcasts, and here. Do all the things. It helps me. It helps us. It helps Michaeline and I, okay? Oh, wait. One more thing. If you don't subscribe, like, and follow Miss Keanu, I will peck you to death. I will find you and I will peck you to death. Just like I wanted to do to that old man. And I'll never stop. That's all. Ah! Thank you, Bernard. It's so nice to have the support. It is so nice. Now it's 2:14 in the morning here, and I must go. I must make my leave. Make that hawk fart. I don't think I have that drop on my in this studio. You gotta do this with that UK judge. Courtney, oh my God. I just saw it back when I was like pulling up that video. I have to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. That UK judge. I definitely, I should have tonight. Actually, maybe I'll make her Russell Brand's judge. I'm going to do it. That'll be great. I must make my leave. I must. I have to. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for tuning in. I hope we laughed. I hope we unpacked Russell. And we'll just continue on. We will check out what's going on with Russell as the story unfolds. What did we talk about earlier? Tariffs. Hopefully as far as I can tell, the crop tops haven't gone up. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever, Trumpy, that's good. Seems fine. Seems fine for now. What did we learn? Hawks can be dangerous, especially to bald men. So if you have hawks in your area, protect your craniums. Russell Brand, shame on you. We're going to put you on trial maybe tomorrow, Courtney, with the powdered wig lady. That might be fun. Oh my God. Yeah. That was it's like a production meeting. I'm going to make her Russell Brand's judge. I don't want to make Michaeline the jury. Oh, and this weekend, either Friday or Saturday, I haven't talked to Courtney yet. Of course, we're going to do another Dress to Impress stream. And the openings that she has made, they're unmatched. We can't choose just one. So I think people will tune in for the openings. Maybe we'll have a new opening every single week. The songs, the clips, Dress to Impress. It's if you're not subscribed to Courtney, by the way, Courtney Brooke, that's one thing. That's a terrible thing. And the hawk will get you. Yes, I will. Subscribe to Courtney now. You hear me? Do it now. But when we play Dress to Impress on the weekends, it's the most entertaining thing alive. But I think that people aren't even going to just tune in like midway. They're going to tune in for these openings. And we'll have a new one every week. That's what we're thinking because they're just too good. It's too good. So what daytime for DTI? I know we either do it always Friday or Saturday. So we'll be making more this week. We need at least 100. And they, the 8 that we have now so we're good at least for the next 8 weeks. They're incredible. And we want you there, Drewium. What day is better, Friday or Saturday? It's always either Friday or Saturday, 9 p.m. So it just depends on the week. So just wait and get excited for those. Yeah, we need it. Drewium, I think we missed you last time. We needed you in there. Dress to Impress is the most infuriating and captivating and incredible game that it brings it brings the world together. It really does. It's the best thing on earth. She just spot under her personality. Same could be said for you. Only you would get stuck in the ceiling. I did. One time I got stuck in the ceiling. It was crazy. It was nuts. Good night, mister. I had to try and get me out of there. And it was in the virtual world. It didn't work. It was wild. Wild. All right, 9 p.m. either Friday or Saturday. I have to talk to Courtney, and then we will unveil the first opening. So you got to be there for the first opening. And we've made a pact. We're going to have a new opening every single time because they're just all that good. So it's been 2 hours and 42 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We had the Hawk here. We unpacked Russell Brand for now. We talked about the tariffs and the war on crop tops, which doesn't seem to be a war just yet. So maybe, Trump is doing pretty good. Not affecting my life at all. Not just yet. We checked the Shein website and everything seems to be above board. You guys are, as always. The eel's hips, the cat's pajamas, and the bee's knees. Here's 100 million, gazillion, trillion Kiki coins for everyone still here.
Wow.
So subscribe, download, everything that we do. I will see you tomorrow, and I will see you Wednesday. I will see you Thursday, and I will see you either Friday or Saturday for DTI, ladies and gentlemen. Eel's hips, cat's pajamas, and bee's knees. Kiki out. Bye-bye. Wait.